She introduced me to people as her neighbor, while I was standing right next to her, holding the groceries I'd just paid for. What she didn't know was that moment would change everything, because I was about to uncover a secret she'd been hiding for months, okay? And my reaction would turn her double life upside down. Here's how it all happened. My name is Marcus. I'm 34 years old, and I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a project manager for an engineering firm. 2 years ago, I met Alina, 31, a charismatic social media consultant with a passion for cooking and travel. She was funny, spontaneous, and made every weekend feel like a mini vacation. We moved into the same upscale apartment complex downtown. She loved hosting dinners and introducing me to her world. At least, that's what I thought. I adored Alina. We spent our evenings cooking together, watching crime documentaries, and planning future trips. I even helped her grow her online brand by designing her website. Life felt solid till the cracks appeared. The first odd sign was how protective Alina became about her phone. She used to leave it on the counter. Now it was glued to her hand. She also started dressing differently, more formal, more polished. Whenever she said she was meeting a client, when I asked to come along to one of her networking events, she'd say, "It's boring, Marcus, just work stuff." Then there were the introductions. At first, she proudly called me my boyfriend Marcus, but one night at a restaurant opening, she hesitated and introduced me to a man as my neighbor, Marcus. I laughed awkwardly, but inside, it stung. Later, she brushed it off, saying she didn't want to mix personal and business. Still, something felt off. My gut told me this was more than work. But every time I tried to bring it up, she'd switch the topic or accuse me of being jealous. One Thursday evening, Lena said she was attending a late client dinner. I decided to surprise her with her favorite dessert from a bakery near the restaurant she mentioned. When I arrived, I saw her sitting outside, but not alone. Across from her was a sharply dressed man about our age, leaning in close. They weren't talking business. They were holding hands under the table. I stayed hidden behind a pillar, my heart pounding. Then I heard her laugh, the same laugh she used with me, and watched as she kissed him lightly on the cheek. My stomach dropped. This wasn't a client. This was someone she was dating. I took photos, walked back to my car. Kane sat there for 10 minutes, shaking with anger and disbelief. She had been living a double life, publicly single for her image, secretly dating me, and seeing someone else. I didn't confront her that night. Instead, I went home and thought about what she valued most. Alana's entire brand was about authenticity and transparency. She built her reputation on being the honest consultant who helped brands tell their true stories. So I hit her where it hurt, but legally, quietly, and publicly. First, I stopped managing her website and removed the access I'd been giving her for free. Without my maintenance, glitches appeared. Then, using the photos I'd taken, I drafted a professional email, not to blast online, but to send privately to the sponsors she'd been pitching. Before you sign with Alina, you should know about the double persona she promotes publicly versus privately. I attached the photos and screenshots of her single, curl posts contradicting her reality. I didn't add commentary, just facts. Within weeks, 2 of her biggest sponsors pulled out. Her authentic image crumbled. She called me crying, asking why everything was falling apart. That's when I calmly told her I knew about the other man, and about being introduced as her neighbor. I blocked her number after that. It's been a year since then. I'm no longer angry, just grateful. I have bought my own condo and started dating someone new who values honesty as much as I do. Elena. She quietly moved out of the building. Her brand never recovered. The last time I saw her online, she was promoting someone else's business instead of running her own. What I learned: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And sometimes the best revenge isn't shouting or shaming. It is calmly pulling the plug on the access you gave them and letting their own lies undo them. Betrayal can shake you, but it can also show you exactly where to stand taller. Protect your energy, your resources, and your self-respect, because the right people will never ask you to hide who you are. If you've ever experienced betrayal or a double life, tell us in the comments below. Subscribe to SilkMirror for more real-life stories of heartbreak, revenge, and transformation.